Now, where are you from?
I'm from Shady Oaks, Jackson, Mississippi.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Now, what was it like for you growing up in Jackson, Mississippi? Paint the picture for us.
Hard sometimes, a lot of murders, a lot of crime, you know, like every other city. Basically, growing up, it was just me and my mama, and she just made it do what it do.
Now, was it rough for you growing up? Would you consider your upbringing rough?
I mean, I had an uncle who really got me everything I wanted, so I couldn't basically say it was rough. But you know, we weren't rich and we weren't poor.
What was maybe your roughest moment growing up?
Say when my uncle died. Yeah, he got killed, and that's what taught me I had to do what I had to do by myself then.
Gun violence?
Yep.
How old were you?
Like 18, say 18.
When he passed away, how did you hear about it?
I got a call at like 2:30 in the morning. Yeah, 2:30 in the morning. Well, actually, my mama got the call, and she came in and woke me up and told me that somebody had killed him.
And was that hard to cope with? How'd you deal with that?
Yeah, that was hard to cope with. I mean, it just take time. It just take time.
Any advice to somebody that's lost a loved one and has to deal with their death?
Yeah, just God would deal with it. You just gotta take time, and you just gotta keep praying and just keep believing.
Now, okay, when you were growing up, what type of student were you in school?
I was always a good student, man. I made good grades throughout the whole time I was in school. Graduated and all.
Tried college?
Yeah, I tried it for a year.
What happened?
Man, I just stopped. Like, I had to fuck it. I said I had to get some money. So I just left it at that.
Now, when you left that at that, did you stay in the streets, go into the streets at that time, or did you pursue music?
I was already in the streets anyway when I was going to college, but when I just quit college completely, I just got all the way in the streets.
I see.
Yeah.
Now, okay, looking back, dealing with the streets, was that unavoidable? Could you have made another decision? Why go that route?
I mean, I can't say it was unavoidable, but my whole family, like, basically was in the streets, like, so that really was just a path I chose because it was so easily brought to me.
Now, somebody watching this, let's say they're about to finish high school, right? And they got to make the next decision in their life.
Yep.
And let's say they already have one foot in the streets themselves. High school's about to be over. And they got to move on with their life. What do you tell a kid like that?
I mean, just you got to watch your choices because your choices lead into your future. So if you decide to be in the streets, you got to be at your A game. You got to be at the top of it.
Now, while you were all the way in the streets, were you doing music seriously at that time too, or did it take a second before you actually got into it?
Yeah, I mean, it took a second before it got serious with me. Like, I was just doing it just to be doing it for a minute until I really learned how to do it, and people kept teaching me the way to do it, so then it just came as a career then.
Now, again, somebody watching this interview, listening to your story, let's say a kid, right, about to finish high school. Let's say they want to get into music. Let's say they have a passion for it. And it doesn't necessarily have to be in front of the camera like yourself, that's a rapper. It could be another position in the music business, music industry. But high school's about to end, and they got to make a choice in their life. Do you tell that kid, go right into the music? Or do you tell that kid, continue your education and do music at the same time?
Again, I must say, you just got to make your choice. Like, it's just your choice on how you going to do things. Because if you do music, you got to put your whole effort into it. And if you want to go to college, you got to put effort into that.
Now, looking back at your life, hindsight 2020, was going to college the right thing? Do you wish you would have stayed in college longer, or do you wish you never would have went to college and maybe got into music sooner? Or if you could do it all over again, what would you have done different, if anything?
I mean, college has its ups and downs. I mean, it taught me a lot, and sometimes I wish I would have stayed in there. But at the time, I needed money. I had people to take care of, and I just felt like they wanted the rap for me right then.
Now, when you dropped out of college, what were you mentioned your mother. What was her thoughts on that?
I mean, basically, she really didn't have any thoughts. She just wanted a better life for me like any other mother would, but, you know, I had to take care of her, so long as food was getting put on the table, she really couldn't say anything to me.
Jobs you had growing up, if any?
I had like 2 jobs in my whole life. I had one job at this seafood place, and I had another job working with somewhere my granddaddy gave me at a construction site. Yep.
Quit those jobs? Got fired from those jobs? What happened?
I quit those jobs. They working one for me.
Any crazy stories dealing with any of those jobs? Anything out of the norm?
Nah, not really, not really.
Now, you mentioned your mother in this interview. What happened to your father?
I mean, I still have my father, but he really wasn't around.
How old were you when they separated?
I'd say like about 5.
Was that tough to deal with?
I mean...
Or were you too young to really comprehend what was going on?
Yeah, I was really too young, but as I grow older, I was like, yeah, you really need your dad around. There's some things your mama can't teach you.
Now, as far as your siblings, any siblings or just yourself? Are you the only child?
Yeah, I'm the only child.
Now, in your family, period, because you got 2 sides to it, mother and father,
Yeah.
anybody else in your family raps besides you, or just yourself?
My uncle used to rap before he got killed, and I have a couple cousins that rap.
Did your uncle get to see you rap at all while he was alive?
Nah, he didn't.
What would he think about your rap career now?
Think he'll be proud.
Now, were your mother, father supportive of your rap career? What did they think about it?
My mother is 100% behind me. Like, she more behind me than me. Yeah.
Was she supportive from the jump, or did she have to warm up to it?
She was supportive from the jump. You know how mothers be.
Well, some moms can be skeptical of what their kids do, especially when it comes to music. Some people say, oh, it's a joke. You know, it's a hobby. It's not serious.
Yeah, but my mom, she 100% supportive. Anything I want to do, she gonna be right there.
Has she seen you perform?
Yeah, she done caught a couple shows.
What'd she think? What was her reaction?
Love it.
Now, in regards to your parents, what's the worst thing you put them through?
Just being out in the streets. Yeah, being out in the streets.
And we talked about a variety of subjects in regards to your upbringing, but what would you tell the youth today? What's your message to the youth, generally speaking? What would you say to them?
I just say, man, you got one life. Live it how you want to live it, and just make sure your choice is always what you want to do, because nobody can be you but you.